starting with ChatGPT. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Fumi and it is really great to be with you guys today. I have been writing a webtoon. I tend to show bits of pieces of what I'm working on. I've been struggling to share with you guys my process, but I haven't quite found that yet. But I'll let you know once I figured it out. And probably once I figured it out, that's when you'll come back and watch this episode. Either which way, I have shared bits and pieces before. I've shared a little intro of what my webtoon is, and if you want to go to that video, you definitely can. I'll link it. But we're going to go ahead and dive in right here. 5 focused minutes of writing. Disclaimer, since this is the first time I'm doing this in a while and sharing with you, disclaimer, I'm not really a big writer. I am an artist trying to create a webtoon, and I love the idea of writing. Like I love the idea that I could write, but it is not a skill that I have very well developed. I loved to write in school, but we didn't do a lot of creative writing, and I loved fantasy books, but I watched way more anime than I did read books. And if there was ever a chance for me to become a creative director for an anime, that's probably, or not even creative director, but like producer director for an anime, I would probably really enjoy that job. But the closest thing that I can get to it right now is being a webtoonist. That said, first and foremost, I'm a lover of fantasy, an artist, and many more things before I am a writer. But you and we're learning. And hopefully I get better at this, and hopefully it's not a disaster, and hopefully I keep it up. But either which way, you're on this ride with me, so let's go. Starting with ChatGPT. I am in need of more structure, like a way to share an overview of what this story is. Let's just use a little bit of AI to help us gather some structure for what the story is going to be. An overview. ChatGPT, please write an summary. Well, overview, plot, summary of the webtoon I'm creating. Don't mind my typos. The webtoon features 4 siblings who have died in a car crash and are reincarnated into a new fantasy world of swords and magic. They must work together to survive the perils of this new world, and they seek out new friends. They learn that their trauma and, we're going to simplify it a lot, relational problems do not disappear in this new world. There's no running away. They must overcome. They learn to overcome their trauma through meeting new people and building new relationships. The 4 kids must work together to unite the world into the new age of kings. The kids, but first they must destroy the evil forces that work against them. Okay, we're just going to see how that works out. Did you guys go all lopsided while I was typing? We're going to see how that all works out. Here's what we got. In a tragic car crash, the lives of 4 siblings, blank, 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 and blank, that is not the names of my characters, but whatever, are abruptly cut short. However, their story doesn't end there. They are reincarnated into a fantastical world filled with swords, magic, and mythical creatures. As they navigate this new and perilous realm, the siblings quickly realize that their past traumas and unresolved relational issues have followed them. There's no escaping their emotional baggage. Instead, they must confront and overcome it together. Blank, the eldest, retains his protective nature but struggles with the burden of leadership. Blank is the second born, carries her insecurities and fears of inadequacy. Blank, the third, must come to terms with his anger and rebellious streak. Blank, the youngest, battles with feelings of being overlooked and their deep-seated fears of abandonment. In this fantastical world, the siblings find themselves at the center of a prophecy. They are destined to unite the warring factions and usher in a new age of kings. But first, they must destroy the evil forces that threaten to plunge the world into darkness. These forces are led by a mysterious and malevolent sorcerer who seeks to exploit the siblings' weaknesses and drive them apart. As they journey through enchanted lands, treacherous mountains, and ancient ruins, the siblings encounter a diverse array of allies and enemies. They form bonds with brave warriors, wise mages, and cunning rogues who help them in their quest. Through these new relationships, they begin to heal and grow stronger both individually and as family. Each sibling discovers unique magical abilities and skills that reflect their personalities and inner struggles. Liam becomes a master swordsman and tactician. Ava develops powerful healing, protective spells. Max channels his rage into destructive elemental magic, and Emma uncovers a talent for communicating with mystical creatures and controlling nature. Together, they face numerous challenges and epic battles, learning that unity and understanding are their greatest strengths. Their journey is not just about survival, but also about redemption and transformation. By confronting their past and supporting each other, they become the of their new world needs. The heroes their new world needs. As the siblings draw closer to their ultimate goal of defeating the evil sorcerer, they realize that true power lies not in magic or might, but in their bond as family. Their story is one of adventure, growth, and unbreakable ties that bind them, destined to leave a lasting legacy in the aim of their new world's history. Okay, that was pretty awesome. That was the very first version of an overview that I think was very well written and gave me a lot more idea of what the structure of my story could look like. Similarities in terms of like how each of the sibling grows, all their different unique magical abilities that they end up getting. There's a lot of parallels in what ChatGPT has predicted my story, like the little holes that I didn't tell them to fill or give to them to fill. ChatGPT has filled it in their own way and has given me more to think about in terms of what do I want to share when it comes to sharing an overview with another person. So I think that's really cool and really awesome. And I think this is a great start. And this gives me a better strategy of what kind of prompt to give it and what kind of details I should be feeding into ChatGPT so that they can take it and elaborate on it. Let's carry this prompt and add some new information. Copy and paste. Let's add the 4 siblings' names. The 4 siblings: Senshi, the oldest, the second eldest sister, Nia, the third sister, and Ki, the youngest brother. Senshi is a swordsman. I don't know if I would want to spoil that. Let's say please write a 3-paragraph overview plot summary of the webtoon I'm creating. Let's say that the forces of evil don't just seek to work against them, they seek to pull them out, that not only work against them, but are set on pinning them against one another. What I've learned about ChatGPT and the best way to use it is to say things very bluntly, and it will take your simplicity and try and elevate it or expand on it as much as it possibly can. But don't be so caught up on writing things perfectly. That's the point of ChatGPT, is to take your information and help put it in a very pretty, nice way. So adding just these new details, it's not so very different from our very first prompt, but it could definitely be enough to put us in a place that's a little closer to what our story overview needs. Ready and go. Let's see. In a tragic survival requires more than just physical strength. Their own unresolved traumas and relational issues from their past lives persist. Senshi, the protective oldest brother, Mai, the responsible yet anxious sister, Nia, the rebellious and impulsive third sibling, and Ki, the sensitive youngest brother. Wait, okay. First of all, they know a little bit too much about my story. Or is this just the typical 4-structure siblings that everyone already knows that I didn't know it already existed? But they're very spot on when it comes to the siblings and what the dynamics are going to be. As they journey, sensitive youngest brother must navigate their emotional baggage while facing the myriad perils of this new world. I think there's now too much of an emphasis on emotional baggage. Ideally, like it is a part, it definitely fulfills the wish of a young child of wanting to escape into another world and what that might look like. It definitely plays with that idea, but I think we're hitting it too much on the nose and not giving readers enough to think about if they were to read this on the back of a book. Anyways, as they journey through enchanted lands, treacherous mountains, and ancient ruins, the siblings encounter a diverse array of allies and enemies. They meet brave warriors, wise mages, and cunning rogues who help them on their quests, each new relationship offering opportunities for growth and healing. Through these interactions, Senshi learns to share his burdens, Mai finds her inner strength, Nia tempers her impulsiveness with wisdom, and Ki gains confidence. They discover unique magical abilities that reflect their personal struggles and strengths, learning that their greatest power lies in their unity as a family. Their ultimate quest is to defeat the malevolent forces threatening to plunge the world into chaos. These dark entities not only oppose them, but also seek to exploit their vulnerabilities and drive them apart. To bring about the new age of kings and fulfill their destiny, the siblings must confront their inner demons and support each other against external threats. By overcoming their trauma and forging new bonds, they transform into the heroes their new world desperately needs, united in their mission to bring peace and prosperity to a land on the brink of darkness. Okay. Let's just say this is a kind of overview that your readers are not going to read. It's really for you. And I do think that this works as a very good for what I need right now. I have been working in Obsidian, which is actually really good once you understand what it's good for and how it's structured. It becomes very, very useful. I think what I'm going to do is go to my All Arcs canvas, create a new canvas within All Arcs, and I'm going to name this All Arcs. We're going to say this is the story summary, make this larger, convert to file, click story summary. I'll make this purple, and that way I can just go back and whenever I need to look through all the arcs that I plan on creating, I can always go back to my story summary and get myself locked back into what the core of the story is. It's about 4 siblings. They need to work together, they need to grow, they need to meet people, and ultimately at the very end, they need to be able to unite the kingdoms and destroy their main villain, essentially. And I can take this story summary if I need to or want to find it elsewhere, put it in the episode timeline, just to plop it over here. I can, in my chronological timeline, add my story arc. And that is the end of our little writing session. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I would really love to get more writing in every day, so this was just a really good start, whether it remains within 5 minutes, which it was not today, but I think today we've discovered a new tool of how to feel a little bit more structured in your stories that go a little bit too haywire, I suppose. I do want to share a little bit more about how I use Obsidian to structure my story. I find that it's a tool that I've been really liking, especially because it's kind of everything that I use, whether it's Pinterest, Affinity. I used to use Affinity a lot, and Google Docs, all compiled into one tool. So I really love it, but I'll share more about how I use it as I go about doing these writing sessions with you guys. I will see you guys in the next episode of this. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!